So I've been wanting to make this video for a little while now. Ever since actually Diversity in Comics made he made a video. Basically, the gist of his point was that comics have been diverse for a long time now, and he to illustrate his point, he used this cover of X-Men. Now I'm looking at the video, and before he even goes into what he's going to talk about, I know exactly what he's going to talk about. Because I was thinking the exact same thing, in that comics have been diverse for years. And of course, if you follow his channel, it's basically some comic reviews and whatnot, but basically how SJWs are ruining people's forms of entertainment. Whether it's movies, television shows, or in his channel's case, it's comics. How they're ruining comics. And inevitably what happens is how these SJWs, in their push for forced diversity, they make these products, and these products inevitably fail. And of course, America Chavez, that title comes to mind because, you know, oh, Marvel's got a gay Latina character, and oh my God, it's groundbreaking, and we've never seen this kind of shit before. Holy Christ, it's so diverse and beautiful, because comics have been, you know, dominated by white male shitlords for all these years. And that simply is not true. And of course, America Chavez, the comic with the character, failed. And why did it fail? And why do so many of these SJW comics fail? And the answer is, as fans, we just want our entertainment. I don't want the politics. I don't want the identity politics, which is, God, it's rampant these days in the past couple of years. I don't want that. I just want good comics. Comics have been diverse for decades. But if you were to talk to some of these progressives in the industry, they'll tell you, no, you know, it's only now that they're being progressive, and it's so great that we've got America Chavez, the character who's gay, as if there's never been another gay character in comics before. Anyways, inevitably, like I said, these books fail, these products fail, because people are not that dumb. They just don't want politics in their entertainment. Comics that focus on the sole purpose of having a gay character just to say, look at us, we got a gay character, chances are the writing is going to be shit. And lo and behold, you know, these things are failing left and right. And these people need to learn, you know, that's not what people want. You can have the diversity without making it the sole issue of the book, because the story, the art, everything takes a back burner. Because, you know, we all know that America Chavez was written by Gabby Rivera, who's a gay Latin chick, and oh, you know, this is like this extension of her, and the sole purpose that she got the job was so she could make a gay Latin comic book character. It's like, you know, you don't have to be gay to make a cool gay character. And you don't have to be a woman to make a cool female character. Well, just saying. So, what I have before you, and these are the titles that came to mind. I went to my old comic collection, and I gotta say, I'd love to get back into collecting, but I just don't think I got too many hobbies as it is. I only have so much cash. Anyways, I went to my collection, and right now you have a little trade paperback of the New Mutants. I loved the New Mutants when I was growing up and collecting. This thing is from 1982. Okay? So we have the original New Mutants on here. So we've got the character Cannonball, Wolfsbane, Sunspot, Mirage, and Karma. Now what... Oh dear audience, what pops out to you about this cover? Well, you have the New Mutants, three of which, okay, you can't tell with this one necessarily due to the cover, but in the comic book, that's a woman. So you got three women on a team of 5, with one white, terrible, cis, heteropatriarchal shitlord dude. She's white. Then you have a Native American who is leading the group. You've got a brown kid from Rio, and then you got a Vietnamese chick. Not only that, you got Chuck Nuts here, the original trans-abled or whatever the term is, in a wheelchair. This is from 1982. And people in the comic book industry want to say, well, comics aren't diverse enough. Not enough women, yada, 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 yada. 1982, this thing. So what? That's what, 40 years? Come on. Don't give me that bullshit. But this is the problem. This is why people don't like comic book creators who try and push their ideological bullshit on them. Because we know, we're not stupid. Comic book collectors that have been doing this for years know that their message is complete bullshit. Of course it's going to be, marketed towards younger collectors and whatnot who maybe not have been buying comics for that long, who think that it's so new and brave that there's a gay comic book character and whatnot. And I'm here to tell you that's bullshit. Second, The Authority. One of the fucking best titles that I have. I love The Authority. Now, this is not written by Ellis. It was originally written by Ellis, right? This is the first trade. Now, I don't know what happened. I don't know whereabouts he left writing, but what a great book. And so let's take a look at The Authority, another superhero team. You've got Jenny Sparks, who is a woman. She's the leader of the team. I know, crazy. A woman in charge. Then you've got another cis, hetero, patriarchal, shitbag white dude. Then we have the engineer here. You might not be able to see very well, but a Hispanic woman, right? Then we've got an Asian chick as Shen over here. Not sure country of origin, but Asian woman. And then you've got a heroin addict, for that trans-abled, whatever the hell, able-bodied or whatever, people with disabilities and shit. That's him. And then you've got the piece de resistance, the two gay dudes, the Apollo and Midnighter. And now this, when was this published? Let's have a look here. So this was published back in 2000, 18 fucking years ago. You've got a badass comic that SJWs would love because of their representation. But you know what? They made it, and they made the comics so it didn't have to. Nobody cared the fact that these two guys were gay, or Jenny Sparks was the leader of the team, or you got a Hispanic chick or an Asian broad. Nobody cares. They just like the characters because they're fucking awesome, they're hilarious, and the writing is good. And that's really all people care about. They don't care about your ideology. They just want good comic books. And then, of course, now this one was written by Miller. I don't know which Miller. Mark Miller, okay. This was back in 2001. Looks like the artist from 2001 anyways. Let's have a look here. Okay, 2002. At the very end, like I said, you've got the Apollo and the Midnighter are gay, and here you have probably your first gay marriage in comic history. This was back 16 years ago. So, for all these idiots that want to tell you that comics aren't progressive enough or this or that, and that, more importantly, that people who question these content creators, people who question their motives for pushing their agendas on people, doesn't make you a transphobe or a homophobe or an ist or a whatever, a shitbag. Okay, it doesn't make you any of those for questioning them. It means that you have a brain and you're questioning their motives. Comic books have always been diverse, right? But these idiots in the comic industry now that want to push their ideology on you, they're there to make money, to make a name for themselves. Look at me, I'm so progressive. Oh, the first non-binary character. Most of these idiots, if you look at their Twitter account, they just have to put shit like their pronouns, because they got to let it be known, or their sexuality. I'm a pansexual, bisexual, object sexual, hetero, patriarchal, normative person. Because, the more labels you give yourself, the more special you are. And of course, the more special you are, well, the more of a victim you can be, etc., etc. Anyways, yeah. So don't be afraid of these assholes to call them out for what they are, because they're of course going to call people an ist or a phobe or whatnot. But diversity, air quotes, has been around in comics for a lot longer than probably most of these people have been fucking alive, to be quite honest with you. 1982, you've got a superhero team led by not only a female but a Native American, with about as a diverse group of superheroes. Anyways.